Hello to all of you. My name is Paula, and I want to start my talk with a simple question. Have you ever been asked by your children about adopting a new dog for the family? I bet that when that happens, you start sweating and thinking, oh dear God, the day has finally come for me to deal with this. Chances are, you will start thinking about how many reasons you will provide to your kids in order to convince them that it is a terrible idea. Well, you know that if they're not willing to condense, this request for a new dog may cause you future headaches. Well, after some research and living my own experience about that, I will provide you, my good parents around the world, with enough information to make a smart decision on letting your children have a new dog. Ready to go? Let's go with the basics first. I found around the web 5 reasons why you usually say no to having a new puppy around the house. Let me tell you, they're pretty good, but there's always a blind spot that can be exploited. Okay, first reason, expenses. Well, it may cause you to spend a little bit more money. However, it's definitely worth it. Even if you think that food money for dogs is way beyond your limits, according to MoneyUnder30.com, a small dog may get a total of $380 a year. In most of the cases, that would be half what you have to pay on your monthly credit card receipt. Do not think on walking or shower feeds. Both activities can be done by yourself and your family. Also, it may be shocking for you, but walking a dog helps not only the pet stimulate its cardiovascular system, also yours is getting the benefits from it. According to BetterHealth.com, humans receive 3 main benefits from walking a dog: lower blood pressure, stronger muscles and bones, and substantial decrease of stress. Second reason, you may think, what would we do with a puppy on our upcoming vacations? Where is it gonna stay? Who will take care of it? There are 3 options you can choose to solve this problem. 1. You can select a destination that is pet-friendly. Around the world, there are more and more places in which you can enjoy your time in the company of all your family members, including your pets. If you're not sure about where to go, you can Google it as pet-friendly vacations, and you will receive a wide range of suggestions. Second option, there are certain kinds of shelters for this kind of situation. There, you'll pay some money. In exchange, they will take care of your pet while you're gone. And finally, you can ask a friend or family member to take care of the dog. When you're talking about dogs, who can possibly say no? Third reason, there's nothing to learn from my kids while having a dog. You couldn't be more wrong, my dear parents. According to verywellfamily.com, there are 6 emotional benefits and learnings for kids to acquire while having a dog. Kids can learn the real meaning of responsibility. Assigning a specific chores to kids may trigger the sense of, I need to do this because it's part of what I need to do here. Kids can learn loyalty and unconditional love. As dogs have a deeper understanding of these values, kids may imitate the behavior and adopt it as part of their regular life. Dogs may teach your kids about self-esteem. Dogs are not afraid of suffering rejection from other dogs. This is also connected with a wider sense of empathy. Dogs are not different from humans in all the range of emotions and attitudes we experience every day. And finally, dogs will require kids to have a greater physical activity than before. Fourth reason, dogs will need an enormous amount of time to understand the do's and don'ts around the house. There are kind of species and methods for this. But when it is about basic home and do's don'ts, dogs can be trained in less than 2 weeks. If mothers are film and let the dog understand step by step, they will get the points sooner than later. In this case, humans need to help dogs at learning the simplest rules and limits. Believe it or not, it is not about the dog, it is about us. And finally, the 5th reason. Dogs are dangerous for little kids, as they may become very aggressive and resistant to their masters. In this one, there are 2 schools of thought around the web. Some sites state that dogs are very dangerous for kids, especially where kids are not respecting their personal space and possessions. However, the number of cases is pretty low. Actually, there are 3 different sites that list the same case underlines. According to these places, one way to reduce the risk would be to introduce both kids and dogs on their early stages of growing, so they can interact with each other and create a stronger bonding. On the other hand, there are sites such as dogtime.com, in which you can find useful information about real risks and how to avoid them when you are having a dog and your kids wandering around each other. Actually, most of the job would be done by yourself when being firm and strict in following rules and limits during the first weeks. After that, both kids and dogs will continue their relationship in order and without causing any trouble. Parents, I really hope I provide you with enough information to make a smart decision here. Having a dog shouldn't be an extra load to your back. As my personal experience goes, when the first dog arrived home, our lives changed for good. There has been quite an adventure, and I'm sure my family and myself will live it again and again and again. Thank you so much for your attention.